right. Good morning, everyone. There we go. I forgot to change the charts on that one so you could see it. All right, I can see the noise. I think you guys can. Chart should pop up in a sec. There we go. All right, just checking there. What we got here? I don't know if Nora sent a link today or not. Let me see real quick. I don't know why Discord crashed on me. Hmm. Hold on one sec. No. Did you do it? Yes. Good job, Noro. Just making sure. Now, it was weird. I was like, huh, why is my Discord not open now? It is crashed. Weird. I guess it happens sometimes, but good, good, good. He did. Lovely. All right. So, obviously, Monday morning. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Not tons of movement. Any movement we've had seems to have been retraced early this morning. We did have the Aussie dollar up, I guess, down about, what, 26, 30, something like that. Excuse me. Now it's only down 8, and the pound dollar is now what's actually moving. So you can see the dollar has come back strong in the last 60 minutes. So, right now, Monday, no news, no headlines. Elon is still manipulating the heck out of Bitcoin. I think that's down into I don't know, it's down 10 grand in a week or something like that. I don't know. I don't know the exact price, because all the Bitcoin people, they're not posting anything today. So I haven't seen any updates on it. I don't know where it's at. But it's up, $1,000, and everyone's like, yeah, I told you, buy more, buy more. But they're not making any noise this week. So I don't know what's going on. As far as overnight news, Aussie dollar tonight at 9:30 p.m. may provide our biggest boom, for the day. I don't know how much more we're going to get out of it. There's a lot of little small things, but I wouldn't say anything earth shattering. Like I said, besides the pound dollar, everything is more or less flat. And I think this is more of a dollar weakness thing at this point, but really there's just nothing out there. News wise, I mean, again, even if I click refresh to get the latest kind of updates here, there's not in here, right? US shorts mounted before inflation scare, a bunch of little small Canadian stuff. The joint statement about steel, and even in the biggest things, I mean, the juiciest hot news today is really, the Microsoft board invested Bill Gates' intimate relationships with employees. So, or I guess employee. Hold on. With employee. Yeah. So kind of one of those things. The hottest news is Bill Gates, right? And besides that, really not in there. And I do think the Australian dollar, this came out 2.5 hours ago talking about us facing its largest downside risk in G10. Again, a lot of this is because of the weak Chinese data. I talked about that earlier. Sitting here that, any of the commodity related currencies, Australia and New Zealand, have both underperformed. Because of that, combine that with what we see here, there may be some opportunity tonight. But besides that, I don't really see, again, not going to be tons and tons and tons. As far as in the overnight, anything else we got to deal with? Really not much, right? I mean, here, if I click on the not so important news, I mean, there's some flash GDP data, which isn't expected to change too much. Really not a whole lot. The claimant counts and things like that. Unemployment rate's not changing in the pound. The claimant count, it's supposed to go up a little bit. But, besides that, really not too much, right? So, it is one of those weeks that is definitely much more back end heavy. So, it is what it is. You can't. It's just the way that it works. Tomorrow again at 11, we have the Swiss bank talking. But again, is it going to be a gigantic mover? I don't know. I mean, he's in a panel, right? He's due to participate in a panel discussion. Is the financial system backbone of the U.S. dollar also a transmitter of stress? It's kind of like, yeah. So it's like, yeah. I don't know. I just don't think. I mean, it may provide some opportunity, but I don't know. Is it an FOMC release? No, not even remotely close. Jumping over into kind of where we're at, right? We've seen again. Here's the softer Australian dollar getting a little bit of a help right now, and it's running into an area. I mean, if I extend this across, you can see it's an area where you would expect some type of a turn. And again, it's a kind of a session open turn. I'm going to remove this one because just to kind of clean the chart up here as we start off the new week. That's out. We can keep this one on there. Again, it's been a holder here, a top, and then or a bottom, and then a couple tops in here. Let's see, what else can we take out? We can leave this one. We can leave those two. Again, we're not even remotely there yet. Let's unlock this. Let's bring this guy across to there. lock that one down. Actually, yeah, that would be off of here. Yeah, we'll leave that there for now. All right, so here's what we got for the Aussie dollar. As far as kind of like big pop areas, I mean, there was obviously the one that we hit earlier, this kind of area here, that was formed at kind of an early morning. Trying to think if I'd take much off of this right now. I think I'd wait for a clean short up top here. I don't need this either. Whoops, no. And then I'm curious. I mean, really, if we're going to take extreme ranges here, this would be the bottom side right now. How much space is that? Let's see. 9 pips. I'm good with that. I don't think I'm going to take anything else down here. Maybe. I don't know. As far as like a profit target goes, I could see profit taking here. Right. See some profit taking in that level. We're at 940. Curious. There may be a small short position here if we can get some type of reversal. Like I said, Monday's hard because we got to see how that, the dollar is basically coming in. But I mean, a 3-to-1 off that level there is right there. Right. So, I mean, we actually have more room to run on the downside of that one. We could actually take that and drop that one into here, about 3.75. So there's probably a small one again if we get time a 1030 reversal. Right. Again, we have the open kind of push right now. Once the initial push is done, we may get a little bit of a reversal off that one. There could be something tiny in there, right? At 77.66. As far as being great, nah, not so much. For news tonight, I'd look for either of these two levels. Not that one. This here. I think level there, and then we look for kind of a. Let's extend these across so they cover tonight. There and there. That's how it'd be bracketed right now, right? Aussie yen. So Aussie yen is definitely one that's up there for tonight as well. As you guys can see, this is kind of what we went off of. Same thing. It was running into a level at 8 o'clock. Was it a clean level to take? Nah, you'd have to adjust it. I mean, it's an old violated level at this point from last week where we hit it, we popped, and we dropped down again. So it's been tested numerous times at this point. Let's clean some of these up in here. Yeah, that was 1, 2, and 3 we based. Trying to see if there's a decent bottom, but not really. I mean, there's going to be something in here, but that's way too big of a risk. Let's see, where would we go in here? I'm trying to think. I don't know if I like any of these bottoms. I mean, there's obviously one here that we could use. Right? It's 11. Right? That could be a takeoff point for later tonight, but we'd have to get a pretty decent pullback. And again, it's got to chop through. Anything better on an hourly? Probably. Let's see. Question is, do we run it here? Or do we go for the front run for tonight? It's a decent one there. And then I also think, again, you got to mention this one here as well. That is also decent. So I think either of these two levels, here, we'll put some price tags on them. Let's put this here. Let's put this here. I think either 3 of these levels could potentially work for tonight, right? If we get up there. And again, it's level, level, level. This was a decent push to the downside. This was also a decent push down and kind of got front run here. So I think either of those is decent levels as far as a short goes tonight. Long areas, again, this is a level. It has been tested, though. And again, having a base right below it is typically not the best. I mean, really, the next level is going to be probably down this far. Come on. There we go. Be there. That's what I'd be looking at right now. So, I mean, it's a potential, but again, like I said, we're chipping down. It's already been turned away once. It's forming a base before the level, so it's going to be one of those ones. It's like it's a little bit rough. Um, Now, can we roll? Can we roll 34 pips between now and in 12 hours? Yeah, we could. And again, this would be a help by the overall stock market. This would be some yen help in this one. But yeah, it could move up or down. I'd like to get to one of these extremes. I mean, if we base and just do nothing off of this level, yeah, you could potentially take a long off of it. And their monetary policy meeting notes are okay. Like I said, it's one of those ones because there's lack of any other news. People are going to be looking to trade something, and there's just not a whole lot of catalyst today. So it may come in, but that's where I'd be looking for Aussie. Euro pound. Euro pound, not much. You can see one, two, three. Number four is what broke, but it didn't really leave the area much. And all it did was come back up and grab the basing level here. So, here was the short that we talked about last week, breaking through 85, 82. You can see it came all the way down and tagged at 3-1 with not much of an issue. Um, we can extend this out, and again, it's not an area I really, could you have taken it? Sure. Actually, let me adjust it down. There's the bottom right there, and you can see we touched it. I don't know. Tomorrow morning has a bunch of different European data, but I wouldn't say any of it is like high quality, like supreme data. I would say because we have basing back in this level again, right? We could potentially take another short down, and I think this is. I'm gonna change it yellow, and again talk about kind of the same type of trade setup there with this shooting down. Um, and again, as far as is this a great level to short off of? I mean, it popped into there like that 6-7 o'clock time window. It was a level. Is it a level that you'd be like, oh, that's great, I love it? Not really. I mean, I like the one a little bit higher. I think this is a little bit more on an extreme level, but I think this is a better level up top. That I'd be willing to take some type of reversal off of it. Again, it'll slice through here pretty easy. I think there's something here. And again, you can see it is green, so we're more looking to go long than anything else. So, one way to play this, maybe, again, using the same zone. It's been hit once. It probably will break, and it formed enough of a level to go long with it. So, oops, not that. I want to go the other direction. Let's go long. This could be one that you guys set up for later. And again, total target is about 4.5. We only need it to go to right there. There's your 3. And again, that's well in front of the opposing zone of sellers. So that would be a break above 86.39, right? So again, shorts below 85, 83. Again, I expect this will probably just go sideways at this point. We're only got 2 hours left. But a break above 86.40, I think we go higher. We go ahead and we tag targets up top here. Right up top. Okay. All right. So let's see. Must be subscription day. I know. Actually, I think it is. Actually, I think when we originally started this channel, it was right around this time, and people started subscribing with Prime. I know on my account, I missed it by like a day or two. I didn't get to subscribe to it, but it's funny. All the subscriptions coming in today. Yeah. All right. So Euro yen's a little bit tricky right now. You can see we had our 3 hits, and then we burst through, and then immediately came down, grabbed orders, came back, grabbed it again, and popped. This one's kind of in a weird spot. Like a lot of these levels right now, this is kind of a hard one to play. I still think you need to keep this on your radar. Again, not much we can do with it, but this is a yellow, right? This is a profit target level, right? I think we have potential longs off of here, but again, we are still in the red area. Let's go back up. Actually, let's go to 4 hour. Let's adjust this on the 4 hour. The problem is it's such a big push. Yeah, let's lock that down. Uh, the issue with this one is again we have these higher time frame levels, but it's just there's not a whole lot up there. It's just such a huge zone. So we are looking for opportunities. Oop, did we break it? Yeah, we broke it. There it is. It's back. We're looking for opportunities to find shorts. I would say right now there's really not tons in this one. Um, you know, let's see. I don't think I mean, I don't have anything. Yeah, just the top piece. I would say this is about the only one. Oops. We got this. But do I love the level? It's all right. I prefer if it was one more candle and then a push down. But it was decent. It's a late night level though. Unfortunately, that's why I don't like it as much. And really, you can see 1, 2, 3. So I'm expecting this one to drop. I just don't have a lot of setups on this one. Like I said, I think this area is going to fail. Again, technically, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the same level. This one cleared basically all the buyers out of this area. So again, it's kind of pushing back into the same thing. But again, here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. This is hit number 4 down again, and then we run into this next level. So there's a small level here. So I like the euro yen for a short. As far as great entries off of it, I just don't really have many that I'm willing to take right now. I think there's better opportunity out there. But if you are looking for something, and we do get into time for some of the news tomorrow, I do think you could take, you could take. There's a potential position sitting up here at the 132.88, but I think there's better opportunity out there right now. Unfortunately, with this one, going into euro dollar, you can see it kind of did the same thing. We had a level sitting like right up here. We just missed it. Here was that other level, that old level. We hit it, dropped, hit it, and dropped. And again, not using it for shorts, but you can see it hit it again, and did the same thing, right? And then came back down, hit it again, dropped, and based in there again. So I mean, it's one of those levels that it's an area of interest. It's kind of one of those levels to watch out for, but there's not much we can actually take off of it at this point. I would say there's a couple of small hidden levels in this one. There's one a little bit lower that I want to draw some attention to. Whoops. Right in here. Right? We had a little base, and it's hard to see on the 30-minute. You can see it on the 15-minute pretty easy, but it kind of came up and pulled back and based, and then used that as a takeoff point. I think that's a decent level to kind of get some type of reversal over. Ideally, kind of what I'm thinking right now is if we can continue with the dollar strength today, if we can get a little bit more of a push, and we've seen a little bit of weakness, but excuse me, if this is the pullback we get and we start to roll again, I actually like this level for long if we can time this one with a European Open. So if we can get a European Open move here, right in this level right here, right? I think this has the potential for a bounce. Reason why is with some of the European data, again, if they decide to push the dollar weaker tomorrow, again, if it's a down day today in the euro dollar, meaning that it's dollar strength, tomorrow typically will be the exact opposite. It'll be a reversal. So I think it stands a chance for that. Right now, I think we're kind of wedged in. I'm not using this level. There's a level higher. You can see this was kind of front run, and there is a wick there. But I wouldn't say that any of the levels above it are like earth-shatteringly great levels. It's one of those ones that you got to be somewhat careful with it. On an hourly, it looks cleaner. So for some of you that trade the higher level charts, on the hourly, you could grab this and said, hey, listen, there's a level there, and we hit it. Yeah, you got really, really close. And depending on your, what software you're using, I think on Admiral it hits, Purple it doesn't. Oanda, I don't think it does either. Actually, this is Oanda data, or this is the FXCM data. I don't think for Oanda it actually does hit either. So, it's close. It was a close short today, but it was at 6, 7 o'clock, that piece. So, right now, I think the easiest thing to do in this one is, again, remember that we are in the upper tier, right? Are we going to get tons of movement? I mean, right now we have -1 pip in 24 hours. So it's not really kind of anything earth-shattering. I would say if I had to look at it, the way that it was turned around, the way that it's basing, it's got a little bit of buyers here, but I think right now, we focus on this one coming. Oops, not 3 hours, 30-minute. Look for this one to come down and see if we can get this European kind of open over here. If we can bring this down, and maybe it does it sooner, right? Maybe it does it sooner. I mean, it's got to move about 38 pips, so it's definitely something we can get into. Maybe end of day, right? Maybe end of day we look for something. But I think that's the level that we watch out for is down here at 121.07. Okay. Pound yen. So pound yen is also kind of whippy back and forth. I would say that this one really does not have really much movement whatsoever. You're looking at it right now. It's -25, a little bit of pound weakness, but can you say is it really trending right now? Answer is not really. right? We were looking for a push through, and it got it. It came back and tested and came back up, got to almost a 2-to-1. We were looking to get up to 155, and it's just really, I mean, this is what we've done since what, the 10th, right? The 10th, which was what, a week ago? Yeah. So here's where we were last Monday, and we're in the exact same spot. So the pound right now is kind of the pound yen is in a kind of a stabilization period. We don't need to take this long. Actually, we could take it long. If we bring it to this level here, right? We've hit this level 1, 2, 3, and at 4 range. So it's about a 60 pip mover up to 155, kind of bursting out the top. But besides that, I wouldn't say there's a whole lot more going on this one. Like I said, I am still bullish pound. I still think we need to stay bullish on the pound. I don't think there's any reason to get negative with it. There's some of the, obviously, the joint statements and stuff like that today, but and I think the pound is ahead. I mean, vaccine-wise, they're ahead. Recovery, they're ahead. They haven't started pulling, QE support yet, like Canada, but I think they're on their way, right? I think it's inevitable. And then again, I think that's what kind of takes us off. I think staying pound long is, a good thing at this point. Pound yen, kind of similar to what we had. Or, I'm sorry, pound dollar, kind of similar. Again, this is just chopping sideways. I mean, this is the 30-minute. Not a whole lot of trend here from back to the 14th. It's just not much there, right? Again, continue this across. You can see top, based, bottom, bottom, bottom. So, problem with this one is, again, there's a little level here, little level here, little level down here. So there's a lot of levels that's got to chunk through to be able to get south. I think the last real clean level would be up top here. And again, this should be actually red, not green. Right? I think that's kind of an extreme level. And again, decent test off of that one. Trying to think profit target wise. How far down was that? 56. I was wondering if we could get a Harry Potter out of this one, but I'm just afraid that this right here is going to mess it up. Right? I'm afraid that little pop there. So yeah, I would say right now this is an if then, if this then that type scenario. It's got to go 50 pips up. It's not a today thing. So I don't know. This would be a lot of dollar weakness today. I mean, it's flat. We're 0.07%, so it just hasn't moved. But I think set an alert. If you guys know how to set alerts in your software, set an alert kind of up in this area. This is the last time we kind of saw something over here in the 4140 range. Set yourself an alert. It gives you about 10 pips worth of movement to kind of come up into there. Just with a lack of any real major news, there's not a lot of catalysts right now. And you can see there's a little bit right here. Right, we have all this, claim account, employment change, all that coming in tomorrow. But again, that's over here. If we can get up, then yeah, that would be a place that we're looking to short right here. Right, kind of like we saw before. But we got some work to do on that one before we get there. But 41.55 would be what we have there. Dollar CAD. So dollar CAD, we're looking for this one to come down. We're looking for a break of 120.59. Again, it's pushing down. There was a little bit of overnight. You guys could have got into this one at the 8:30 mark. It's a level of basing, right? This was an old one. We were looking for it to go down. There's our push to the downside. We were looking from that from news last week. I think important levels to look out for. And again, this is that old level. We're going to use this here. Just adjust it for the week. We're going to put this one here. If by some chance we get a pop, although I don't see anything happening there. Looking for a break here. Looking for it to push. And again, looking for that one to come down to 119 lower. Down here. This is your profit. This is green. Right there. Still looking for that same push. Okay. And again, what we want to see is we want to see a sideways base, and then we want to see the drop down. Right, wherever the sideways base occurs. Right, we're looking for sideways movement. Black. Something along those lines. Okay. So drop, sideways movement, Harry Potter, or take it if you're aggressive on the way down. It's a decent move. Yeah, it's decent movement, right? It's talking about 75 pips to the downside. Risk level on this one is rather small. We're talking about 15, 16. So, it's well over a 1 to 3. It's probably closer to a 1 to 4, 1 to 5-ish area. All right. So there's your dollar CAD trade setup. Dollar Swiss. So dollar Swiss, again, you can see that we had buyers and it bounced, hit it, bounced again. Um, you know, is it worthy trade setup today? I don't feel like it is. I would say right now, again, the way that this top bounced, it did hit it a few times. It had great movement the first time and then stabilized and was really kind of the start. So, I think as far as your weekly planning goes, and again, there was your trade, your short from last week. But I think if we keep this on kind of the similar setup, right? Um, there was your profit target to the downside, and that's exactly what we ran through and hit. So we don't need that anymore. I think we focus on this right now for the week. I'm going to unlock this, continue to bring this across. Let's see. We're going to move our intraday this week and update it to here. There we go. All right. There we go. Pretty simple for that one. Like I said, just chopping back and forth. This one has moved 3 pips in 24 hours, so nothing earth-shattering. Actually, let me see this real quick. Where is it? These are just to type it in, but am I blind? Where the heck is it? Dollar Swiss right there. Yeah, 72% are bullish on this one. So again, yeah, we're still looking for this one to continue to drop. So, and this is a double bottomish piece here, right? This was an easy double bottom to grab. Let me see if there's a racetrack popping us through that. Ooh, there is. There is. Let's do a horizontal line. Mm-hmm. There is. There is. All right. So here's a Harry Potter short in this one. We bounce off this one now. We can keep it. It's probably going to be more of the bounce. Let's change it to yellow. So I don't need this anymore. Let's go ahead and take this area right here. We continue it across. It's fine there. This is going to be a red, and we're going to take a Harry Potter short to the downside. Change that. There you go. Again, if you want to set alerts, set them at 89.94, 89.95. Gives you about 10 pips to get in. A break of 89.84. Look for a push all the way down. And again, the opposing zone is coming in at 89.52, but we know we have buyers stepping in at 89.58. So again, it's an easy about 25, 30 pips to the downside on that one when we get that break. So, keep that on the radar for later this week. Dollar yen. So dollar yen, we were looking for basing. I mean, it did. It came. It dropped. It dropped. It dropped. It kind of gave us that base and pull back, and again touched that same level. You guys can see it here if we continue across. We were looking for shorts down. We were looking for a push all the way back down to 108.73. It's slowly grinding down. I wouldn't say that this is anything earth shattering. It's pushing there, right? And we can continue this across to here. I still think, and again, if we adjust these just to make sure that we're kind of on. Oops, that's not what I wanted to move. We'll put it there. Let's take this down to here. Let's lock that in. I don't need these anymore. You guys can see how it went through, pulled back to it. I don't need that. Let's adjust this. There. Okay. I'm gonna mark off. It's gonna be a profit target level. But again, this is profit, but there's also a potential for a long out of there. I'm going to change that to blue. So I'm going to kind of keep, I want that to be different so I can draw attention to it. Oops. And I'm sure later in the week I'll be like, I wonder why the heck I made this blue. But that's why I want to keep an eye on that one because you guys can see it's going from the blue area into the green. So I'm cool with that one. I like where that one is at. And it was such a strong bit of movement off right around the 730 open. So, again, that's a decent area that I want to watch out for. It is about 50 pips to the downside. So, yeah, I'm kind of cool with that one. If you're looking for a short in this one, you could potentially take a short off of this one right here and go red with that. I think we have enough room to the downside. Let's go short. I still think that one is decent. It's going to take a while to get there, though. I mean, it's not an earth. It's not going to be like a woo right through real quick, but something along those lines. And that would be a break of approximately 109.50. Oh, I'm sorry, 109.05. Okay, pushing down. And I do think, if you are taking this one as far as profit goes, there's where your profit target needs to be at 108.76. So again, decent room to be able to kind of come through on that one. Okay. All right, let's go across and look at the indices. See what they are doing. Not much. Like I said, here's that level from last week. We kind of ended and kind of based right in it. It's still stuck at the same level. ES wise, there's a couple levels. I mean, again, there's a level here, right? There's this level sitting right here, and that's what we ran into. Right there's where the candle goes, and you can see just touch down. I think as far as this week goes, keep it on your radar. 1479 is good. This is a level that again, touch, 4 through. It's definitely an area where we gotta, kind of watch things. The thing about ES is there's a level right above as well, and it's an okay level. I would say that it's something we should keep on our radar, but I would say right now I'm definitely more bearish thinking on this one today. I do think this one will come down. This is that old area of interest that had been there forever. We'll just take it out to make this chart a little bit cleaner. Let's see if I can find a good kind of target downside on this one. I like this area because there was a strong pop off of it. There's one that's okay here, and this may be more of an intraday thing. In there as well. So I think either of those two are targets to the downside inside of a short. I think 4108. Now, if we break 41, yeah, I think shorts will definitely step in, at least down about 20 points lower to test this level, but maybe even all the way down. Maybe we even push all the way down to this level on a break. Right. But I'm definitely more bearish thinking on this one today. I feel like this will go down. I feel like it really hasn't had much movement yet because of just lack of any news. But I'm actually kind of waiting for them, like if the SEC or something like that, or the FCC. Like I feel like there's so many different organizations that could really jump on Elon. I feel like he's due. I feel like that would send this one tumbling. But right now, those are the areas I'd be looking for. Even on the 15-minute, you can see there's just not a lot. I mean, there's this little kind of bounce here, which you could have kind of got long off that one, for the open, but not really. I mean, at least the open was up top. It was an 8:30 kind of release. But even so, I think you would have got front run on it. I don't think you would have. It's super close. Maybe the 9:30 spike. I mean, I guess there's a small one here. You guys could have taken long, short, right? Some of you may have gotten that one, but it was quick. The spread may have got you, or may not have gotten you on that one. Okay. NQ. So NQ you can see is really kind of a lot of indecision. I think this one hits 13,237 today. It's what I said earlier for Nadex. I think that's where profit taking comes in, and you can see it's really, I mean, on the 15-minute chart, it's literally whipping back and forth. Was there a small level in there that you could have taken at the open? Yeah, a little bit, but I mean, you're basically playing the whips. There's not much more than that, right? It just was literally whipping back and forth, and it was such a tiny level, kind of hard to grab that one. But I do think it comes down. I mean, I think this one comes down. Question is whether or not it continues to go lower. I think if it stabilizes itself, I think we end up pushing lower. I think 13,165 is. I feel like it's on the menu today. I wouldn't say that it's going to be an earth-shattering, huge day. But I think either of these two levels are where we could see this thing kind of come down and start to stabilize itself, at least on a 15-minute. Obviously, again, this was a nice little push, a couple, decent number of candles in a row, different size candles. And that's why I said make sure you're getting your profit at 13,237. But I mean, I feel like this could go, either of these two levels lower. Um, I think either of them is decent, right? Either of them is decent. And again, this is an old level, but it was kind of pushed. Actually, let's adjust that a little bit. I'm going to push this one as the secondary target down to here. We're going to use that as our secondary target. There will be target number 1. There's target number 2. Yeah, this is a decent one. Decent push too. I do like the way that popped in there. We'll leave these two. That's if it comes all the way down in one day, we got some problems. I think that's what we're looking for. Okay, so 13,237, I think is our target first. I think 13,165 is target number 2. 13,040 is our next one to the downside. But yeah, I'm bearish this position today. Just everything, lack of news. It's just technical wise, everything is just pointing straight down. No, he's not serving and saving NASA. He's recreating his own version of it. Right? Yeah, I mean, he's just basically replacing. I wouldn't say serving and saving. I'd say replacing is probably the better term. Right? And if you think about it, I mean, think about it this way. If he gets a budget to do so much stuff, like he has to put, what is it, like 2,000 satellites in less than a year up or something like that, is what he was contracted to do. And if he doesn't do it, he doesn't get paid or something like that. So that's why like Tesla's like going crazy. Think about it. If NASA does it, right, and they fail, it's their problem. Right? If SpaceX messes up, it's his problem. Right? So then he's got to deal with it. It's like, listen, you were contracted to put, I think it's 2,000 satellites or something like that. They have a 2,000 satellite mark, and like the weather that shut down a couple launches earlier this year, the SpaceX rocket launches, that messed a couple things up, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna have to like double our efforts now." But yeah, they're on a deadline. I mean, it's much easier. Use the private sector. It's like, guys, if you do this, you get paid. If you don't get paid. Do you want the contract or not? I mean, that's how it works. So it looks like private target's about to be hit on this one. So, but yeah, buyers will definitely step in. So be careful of that. Over on the YM side, look at this. Look at this earth-shattering movement. It's just boring. This one has nothing exciting going on, so I can clean some of these up. We're looking for a break above. We got it. Let's see right now. Bring this up to a 30. You can see this is turned here. Right, there's the bottom of the turn. Pull up. There was your touch. Late last night. There's just not much in this one. What do we do? What do we do on this guy? What do we want to do here? I don't know. There's obviously this was a point that we could turn people around on, right? This was an area where price got turned around. I mean, it did it at 8 o'clock in the morning on the 14th, so it was an area. I would say right now for shorts, that's got to be something you got to watch out for. I would say that, watch yourself here. Would we take a short from there? So I like this big run up, right? I like this big run up. And like I said, I don't think there's much until we get back down into this level here. But where do we even put this in at? We can move this. Let's just pull this forward. There's a couple levels on there. Yeah, so I would say this is the profit target on the shorts. Am I willing to get long from there? I don't know. Maybe for an end of the day rally. I mean, it's possible. I mean, if we're going to see an end of the day rally, it's got to come. It's got to come a bit lower. That's probably where it would be. I mean, it's running into the buyers that caused this movement right here. So I don't know. Maybe over in this area. Is it? Earth is it like amazing? No, it's like a B B minus. I like longs off of this level down here. I think this is a decent area that where again it'll be a profit target before it's a long, but much down down here would be I think this is a better area. Like I said, this is such a big push up. If we can break through this level here at 33,800, um, I'd be looking for shorts, but I want to see what time we can get down there, where the basing actually occurs. This is not like the ideal bottom, but maybe something along these lines, right? Maybe something along those lines. And again, you can see there's a buyer stepping in, but um, look at that, right on. And again, this it's right where we should get our profit target. So maybe something along those lines if we start to roll that high. Something along those lines. But right now, it's just there's not much. This is the slow one. This is the insulated one. All right, so oil. So oil has taken a big pop. It basically retraced all its losses. And again, this is a decent move. 915 forward. Number of different reasons for this one, but like I said, here's your European session down, and we've retraced all of it. So it's up on the day. One of the things that we saw earlier today, natural gas was up like huge. Yeah, look at natural gas right now. Come on, load. There you go. There's natural gas. I was like, Todd's like, yeah, what's moving today? I was like, well, natural gas is already gapped. And I was like, I don't know if it's a contract roll or what it is, but like 7:30, 8 o'clock, I was like, man, natural gas is off to the races. This thing is flying. Look at this. Up 5.88% on the slightly delayed as well. Oil, again, is now following in the same footsteps. So I don't know. Trying to see if there's much out there for oil, but I don't really see a whole lot. But again, it is just flying right now. Look at that. Oil's all the way down to 51% long, 49 short. So again, it's dropped so much. It was 80. It was 80 before, right? It was 80. All those people sold it, and now it's just flying. So, I mean, where oil could run into some sellers at. This is that old level. We don't need this. We don't need this. Take these off. Let's take these off. Let's move this. Um, I would say, I mean, right now there's that little hiccup around 66.35 right here, but I'm saying I don't really. I mean, we have a clean zone up here at 67.42, right? 67.42, but I think 66.63 is kind of where this last turnaround was. I think becomes today's target. Um, Not really a great candle to draw a zone off of, but again, I think you know if we can get a, and again, it's a bunch of movement in the overnight, but if we can get, let's go back down to 30. If we can get something there for European session retrace, this will run into some sellers. I mean, on a 30-minute, you can see that there's that small level right there, right? That could be a turning point. This is a lot of movement. I mean, this is just literally straight up. Um, so there's definitely something in this. I mean, it's up point 0.8 for the day. So, but again, European down, exact opposite in the U.S. session. So if you're looking for some profit taking end of day, there's a potential there. But I think the 66.63 is a better place to short. And again, this would be for the European session open here. Gold. Gold did the same thing. Look at that. It did take a bounce off that 9 o'clock window. So I was waiting for gold to come down and drop lower. And again, I was looking for a break of 1842. You can see it didn't make it. It was 1843.19. So I missed it by a buck and literally straight up. So again, this is Monday US trader stepping in. So, European session down, gold straight up in the air. And again, there's lack of, I mean, here's the latest headlines. There's nothing in here. There is no headlines moving this one. The joint statement, Bill Gates and his infidelity, and that's it. There's nothing else in here causing a move in gold. So this is Monday morning, right? I mean, we're talking about a $16 move in gold off of what? Not much, right? Not much, and it's continuing to go. So we know at least on in gold. Let's go back up to the 60-minute. Again, it's been a while since gold has been up here. Let's see where. I know we have this bigger level. Look at this. It's all wicks. It's like, oh, all wicks. See if we can get anything even remotely clean. So We know we got something here. Right. We got a small level right there. Right. Nice little top, one candle base before it turned and dropped. Is it a large explosion? No, it's not a large explosion. But we do know we have something. And after that, it's going to be very hard. Look at this. It's all just little pop, 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 pop. So we're going to need a top in there. Um, so funny. The go forward button now is all Google ads for me. I don't know why they're doing that. Um, all right. So I would say that there's our potential area for gold topping. And again, look for a base in here. Look for a base off of 1861. All right. Again, this is a lot of movement very, very fast. This is a parabolic move. So once we get a top, and again, maybe we know we have sellers in their past. If we can get that top and kind of that failure to go higher in this level, look for this to push back down to the 1842 level, $20 drop in gold, because we're just not, we're not seeing a whole lot out there. And TLT is actually to the downside. So it's not even like we're seeing bonds or anything go crazy. Silver, kind of the same thing. It's going to look just like it. No different. And again, looking to the left, you can see that there's really not a whole lot. Nothing great up there until we get back up to the 2215 level. We know that we got some sellers stepping in here. Let's see. I don't need this. Um, let's see. Yeah, it's running into these guys right now, but kind of the same thing. Just a bunch of wicks and really nothing clean. And look, it's not even the cleanest of levels. It's hit this 28 level twice. Here, and actually kind of a test here. So again, this next level may not even hold up top. Right, may not even hold to the top side. But that's what I'd be looking for next. I mean, at this point, if we can't hold it at 2787, look for I would say target level here. If you guys can get a base, and again, you may be able to use. God, it gets like stuck between two monitors. You may be able to use that as a base higher. Right, we can get up a base, a pullback, and go from 2776 to 2815. So, not bad. Um, Still looking for a headline though. Like I said, gold is steady on UK lockdown easing. Again, this is good for the pound. Again, this could give us that rise up what we need for the pound. Such about need to make resilience to come in case of reserve. Yields reflect neutral rates and inflation expectations. U.S. bond markets aren't immune to reacting to events outside the U.S. Yeah, I mean, none of these are really earth shattering. So I mean, that's a lot of movement. Yeah, like I said, this gold is probably reacting more to what natural gas is doing. Let me see if there's any news on natural gas. Mm, it's May 4th. See, there's not even any news articles out. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I can't figure out from what I've seen here, there's nothing over here that leads me to believe that natural gas needs to be burning the way that it is right now. This is a very high bit of movement. Like I said, natural gas. This is more than ordinary, right? This is definitely a parabolic move. Um, I mean, we went from here 303 to 314. Yeah, this is a big jump for natural gas, and again, I think that's what's dragging oil with it. So, not that oil's at 6%, but this is a decent move, right? This is what we got here. Hour and a half, we're at $1.20 on no news, right? On no news. Let me see. And again, this one is all the way back down again. And look, from this morning, crude oil prices struggle, right? It's struggling. It's struggling, right? It's struggling. I love articles like that. Um, Yeah, they say 6650 is where they're saying that it faces resistance. It's a 200 Fibonacci level. Again, 6650 is up here, right below our target. So yeah, I'd say come forward. All right, so that's it, guys. I mean, pretty much like I said, there's just not a lot. You'd be surprised at how often I hear people say things along those lines. I wonder why I no longer draw. Oh, government inefficient. The same sentence. Yeah, I know, right? Um, I don't know. I think it's absolutely hysterical that now Dogecoin, or Bitcoin is bad because it's environmentally unfriendly, right? The same people that believe in global warming love Bitcoin, right? But it's like it's like horrible, 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 right? I mean, the amount of energy that uses is just insane. Like, not only with the amount of energy that it sucks in, but the amount of heat that it generates. It's like one of the worst things for the environment ever. So it's okay to ban automobiles and gas, but not miners, right? But I did see it this weekend that there is now a coin that is environmentally positive. Like, I don't know how. I guess it can be mined more efficiently. I was like, yeah, but if it's mined more efficiently, they're going to push it to the brink anyway and figure out how to make it even crazier. But you see those ads. It's going to replace Bitcoin because it is earth friendly. It is a green friendly cryptocurrency. It's like, okay. So yeah, it is what it is. All right. So let me drag let's go ahead and do the drawing. Like I said, it's Monday. Mondays are always slow. Like I said, not slow as in the fact that oil is not moving. But again, this is quite a bit of a reaction in oil with really, and again, look, there's nothing there. I'm not seeing anything. I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like, let me see if I can find it here. You guys go ahead and put your tickets in for the day. I mean, there's still like, Israeli strikes target Hamas tunnels, so they're going after tunnels right now. Um, an extinct crocodile species was found in Australia. As of 2009, they believe that it was, completely gone. Well, it's back. Um, yeah, it's just Gaza violence. I mean, that's the only thing that I can see right now. But I wouldn't say that that's. I mean, that's kind of everybody kind of knows. Um, business. Is there anything in here? Netflix is, China answers to YouTube slump. No, no. Yeah, I'm seeing. I'm really not seeing much. Self-driving cars to be allowed on roads this year. Okay. Um, nope. I got nothing. There's nothing out there that I can find. So, oh well. All right, let's go ahead and do the drawing for today. I see Marina, Debbie. I see Will. I see Ernest. Hey, we're only 6 today. We're a little bit shy. That's all right. Means that you guys have a better chance of winning. All right. So, oh, there's no Sean. That's why. All right. Winner of today's drawing is Marina. Look at that. Mark is complete. Debbie took Friday. Marina takes Monday. Look at that. The girls are taking over again. Look at that. Give her 25 pip chips for Monday. All right. So yeah, sorry guys, there's not much more out there. Like I said, it's every day is not going to be a crazy trading day. Look at this. This one's starting to move a little bit, and we're still basically in single digits for most things. Dollar CAD's still down, and again, I do like the dollar CAD to the downside still. I think that's something to watch out for. Um, again, dollar CAD down. I think pound again, pound strength, CAD strength. I still like both those things out there. So pocket strength of inflationary fundamentals according to Foley. Yeah, got it. Yeah. So no news justifying the movement. So look for retracements for everything today. Hopefully Australia gives us the boom of the day. So we shall see. All right, with that said, I'm out here. You guys take care. So can we expect Debbie and Marina back and forth all week? Maybe. I mean, maybe. And for those of you that are in the know, so Jen's been back now at school. She's kind of advancing. So the boys are back. The boys are now 4 days a week. So I have no Zoom school today. I'm pretty excited about that. But the girl now, there's a bug going around. She made it through pretty well. She made it into daycare, and Yeah, not really many sicknesses. Well, yesterday her nose started running like a faucet and she was sneezing all day long. And guess what? Last night, man, she was up all night long. So she's happy this morning, but mom and dad are hurting. So we'll see if this is our first sickness from daycare. Yeah, fun, fun, fun. But all right, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like I said, I won't be on for the webinar here. It'll be the Nadex presentation. So Nadex in the morning, and then 12 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, and then I will see you guys on Wednesday. You guys take care. Have a good one. Have a good trading.